It's day 4 of our wonderful time on board the Thames on the Pipedream. And today we are going to Goring, hopefully. And not only going to Goring, we're going to take on some water first of all, which should be a laugh. We've not done that yet. I've been slightly concerned that we're always going to run out of water, but then I think that's just my stupid sensibilities. So I'm going to do a little bit of driving, pootling down, whilst the lovely Julia puts on her face. So we've got to start the process of getting the boat ready to go off. This is the life, isn't it?
Oh, isn't it just?
Pootling down the river. So, as I said, we're going to get some water and then we're going to go to Goring. And Goring's quite popular and there's probably only a few moorings near the actual town. So what we've got to try and do is judge it right so that the people who are already there are going and we get there before more people arrive for the town. So
I didn't realise you were recording.
Sorry about that. So that's what we've got to try and do, is judge it so that we nip in whilst others go before the rest of the world comes in. But watching the traffic, not much has come down river, so hopefully we're going to be all right, and it'll take us about 20 minutes, I reckon, to fill up with water. So we may have judged this right. The time is now, what, 9ish?
Ish, yeah.
Something like that. So yeah, and the lovely Julia is making a nice cup of coffee for the helmsman. And we're going past Lord Aragon.
Lord Aragon.
Just got to the water point. There's somebody in front of us, and he said, "Oh, the water. It's in a bit of a trickle at the moment, which is a shame." So at least there's not a queue, and there's nobody else going through the lock. So we've got a good chance of getting down to Goring, which is through one more lock, and then try and find somewhere to moor up. It didn't occur to me whether the next lock has got water there, which it might have. How are you, lovely Julia?
Not too bad, thank you, lovely Richard.
Sleep all right?
Didn't sleep great. It just kept getting so hot.
And how's your sore throat?
My sore throat is, well, it wasn't as bad this morning when I woke up, but it's a bit. My voice is a bit gravelly today. You'll probably hear it. I can feel it. I can hear it. But it doesn't hurt like it did yesterday. Didn't mention it before, but
yeah, we both. I mean, my sores are still sore. on my legs mostly, and all these spots. So we're going to try and get some calamine lotion and some extra. We need some more honey for you.
Yes.
Is honey on your list?
No, but it needs to be.
Needs to go on the list. So when we get into Goring, so we're just going to wait for the shopping. We've got a few items there, and we need some more milk. Have you got milk?
Honey. Milk?
Yeah, milk, definitely.
Milk.
And we worked out now that we have 2 more nights and 2 full days and just over half a day. I think we're aiming to get back 3 to 4-ish. We haven't actually told Ed, but I think that's about the time, so that we can then shoot down, drop you off at, well, pick up your car at your mum's, and then you're coming back to mine in Worthing on the Friday evening. Yeah, we debrief there, and then it's back to normality for you, because your kids come
and the next
back.
day I go and I've got my kids again.
Yeah, the magic is over.
I do miss them. You made your porridge this morning. I was like, that smells nice. And I was like, oh, it's your porridge. Oh yeah, because normally I'd be giving Joe porridge at this point.
Yeah. But you didn't spoon feed it to me. I had to do it myself, which is a bit of a shame. I don't know. Get a girlfriend. You still have to make your own porridge.
Well, I did make you a coffee though. Now drink your coffee.
Oh yeah, sorry. Thanks, love.
You're welcome, love.
Still coming?
Yep. And so is Christmas.
This is the damnedest thing I've ever seen. It's a bit of a trickle. The guy was right before. I don't know how much, how you know it's full, other than when it just pops out the top.
Yeah, I don't think you can overfill it per se.
No. Certainly when we did the canal boat, it just eventually overflowed, and you know that's enough.
Yeah.
But it's quiet, there's nobody else, we're just on our own, which is lovely. It's almost like a Sunday, but it is Wednesday.
It is a Wednesday, all day.
And the sun is trying to stay out.
It's in and out and in and out, shaking it all about.
It certainly is.
Do the hokey pokey, and it turns around on the side of a boat, which is quite tricky.
And the lock is self-service, so we're going to have a bit of fun,
Yep.
pressing the buttons and doing all that.
Boop, 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 boop,
Once
boop,
we've got
boop.
the water,
Richard's doing the lock. There was a lock keeper here for a little bit, so we got some information off of him about where we can offload the rubbish bag and things like that. We've filled up with water, well, topped up as much, it's not overflowed as we would have done it normally. Excuse the where's Richard? There somewhere. Excuse the loud thing. But yeah, we are now in, what is it, Cleve Lock. About to head on down to Goring. Look at this lovely lock house.
so we had a slight issue. Ooh. We had a slight issue with the automatic thing, because it wouldn't go on. It's making rude noises now at me. And that was because the people who were in it before didn't shut the sluice gates. So once we worked that out, everything was working fine. So we're nearly there. And it looks like there's a ship called Jacqueline H waiting to come through. And it's all very lovely. Morning.
Bliss going on back there, making a cup of tea for the Helms lady. I'm meandering all over the middle of the river at the minute because I'm concentrating on something else as well. It's a beautiful day, lots of beautiful countryside to be seen, and hopefully we're going to get into Goring, a nice mooring, well, a mooring, doesn't matter what it is, we just need a mooring. Because we need to go get some stuff, don't we?
Lemon tea or lady tea?
Oh, I've used up my lemon, so...
Oh, lady.
Lady, please.
Hello, ducky. We made it to and through Goring Lock, and we have parked just south of the lock, had a cup of tea.
Also known as moored up.
Yes.
Very good cup of tea, thank you very much.
Yes, moored up, not parked. And we're off to have a little exploration of Goring on Thames. And we also have a shopping list of stuff to get.
Yep.
It's a small world, isn't it?
It is, it is.
We went for a walk yesterday and we met up with this Dutch lady.
Yep.
Whilst you were picking the yew berries from the trees.
That's right, and she said, oh, don't eat them. And I said, well, actually, the berries, the flesh of the berries is the only bit you can eat. You have to take the pips out. You can make jam out of it and things like that. She said, oh, really?
So anyway, that was yesterday. Then all of a sudden, here we are walking up the high street, and she recognised us.
Yeah,
and she'd met up with her brother, and that's where she's staying at the moment. And it's funny, it's nice to say hello and be polite to everybody, because it just goes to show what a small world it is. Because you just, like on the canal boats, we've seen so many people we've just waved to out the window, and then you meet them at the next mooring, or the next morning, or whatever.
Something like that.
On the left of your picture there was the pharmacy shop, which we went in to get some of that calamine. Calamine is a palamine, soothing butt lotion. Well, I got these spots on my bum and all over the place, and I scratch them and I scratch them.
Back, hips.
Yeah, they're all over the sodding place. I had them before. I was born. Oh, no, not before.
No, you had it before meeting up with me on, when was it? Thursday? Yeah, Thursday.
Let the noisy lorries
Thursday
go.
last week.
Yes, it's been an itch. At night time is the time when it's just been intolerable. And I wish I had women's claws, you know, on the nails. Because I'm just lacerating my skin like
I'm glad
nobody.
you don't, because you would really, really lacerate. You'd be ripping your skin off if that was the case.
Yes.
So I'm glad you don't.
Anyway, we went in there and they didn't have any.
Apparently they've been ordering it for weeks and nothing's arrived.
So we've got some E45 itch repellent scream.
Itch relief and some antihistamine tablets.
Yes.
Just to try and take the edge off.
If I can just survive the next few days, I can get back to Worthing, where civilization exists.
Well, if it's not cleared by then, you're going to the doctor.
You can't get to see a doctor.
No,
that's
but
the
you're
thing.
going to call the doctor and
say,
they're going to have
"Oi."
to give you a telephone.
Yes, I've got spots on my bum and other places. and it wasn't anything.
Don't say it like that, because then it sounds like it's in awkward places. It's just your thighs, your hips, your back.
Yeah.
Not just, but
Not
it's
just
a
mid bump.
large area.
Anyway, you didn't want to know that. And I'm eating as healthy as I possibly can. So, is it another takeaway tonight? Some more greasy food?
Another takeaway?
Yeah, another one. No, we haven't had any of that. Yeah, it's all rubbish. Anyway, we're now going to go to a big grocery store, national chain grocery store. Sadly, we won't mention their name. And try and find our other shopping.
Embarrassing.
You got caught then.
I did, dancing away.
Well, shopping done. And Julia was dancing to the music.
That was funny, because I got spotted and I got really embarrassed.
Yeah, we saw.
Yeah, you saw. Everybody saw.
Hey ho. Well, I'll be putting it on TikTok later, so check out the channel. Yeah, so what are we going to do for lunch? We're going to have got a light lunch.
We have ham salad.
Oh, lovely. Back on the boat.
Yeah.
And yes, I was kind of a bit disappointed. We sort of whizzed through Goring. I thought there was a bit more to Goring, and maybe there is. Or maybe there isn't.
Well, there is at least another road that we could do a triangle shape on the way back, or we could just drop the shopping off
and have a mooch,
and then have a proper mooch with the other camera, so we can get some good
other shots.
Nice shots.
I was convinced I'd been here before. I don't know why, but now I've walked through it. I don't think I have. Right. Anyway, let's get away from the railway, because that's not so picturesque.
No.
You're holding on to me as if I'm a liability.
No, I'm just making sure you don't step in the road when there's a car in it. There's no car at the moment.
Oh, marvellous.
So get in it.
Oh.
Gotcha.
We wanted to make the loo a little less pongy.
Well, there are 3 of these on board, but all 3 of them had run out by
What is it?
day 2. It's an automatic air freshener. So
Automatic air freshener,
so
that's posh.
I've never actually been able to open one and have a look at them, and so you could set them to 9 minutes, 18 minutes, 36 minutes, or off, so it will just spray.
Because when you're on a boat and, you know, if your tummy is a bit dodgy and you do a few things and it warms up, because the loos are actually quite close to the motor, so it does warm up. So, you know, this is no disrespect to Ed and his boat, by the way.
It's just the foibles of boat life and all sorts of different
And I know what that's like, having a loo in the back of my van and having to sleep in the back of my van next to the loo. So it's just one of those things. Anyway, that wasn't really what I wanted to mention.
No.
We just came back from the shops, as you saw, and there were these 2 ladies with beautiful hats, big straw hats in front of us, and we were courteously letting them go ahead as we came down onto the quayside here. And she sort of turned round as she sort of heard us. There we go. And she said, "Wait a minute, I know you. I know you." And we thought, what? Hang on a minute. We're at miles away from our normal stomping ground. And turns out she watches us on Facebook when we post them on there. And so she got her friend and she said, "I know these 2. It's the Bald Explorer and the lovely Julia."
Bless her, she said, "It's like meeting celebrities." I was like, "Oh my gosh."
So we got a selfie, and her name is Jennifer. And Jennifer, if you are watching, it was lovely and delightful to meet you.
Thank you for making us smile.
Yeah, it was so nice, so far from home. And she said, we're doing these things before we are unable to do so. They live in Hampshire, and she's obviously up here for a little trip, just like we.
Yeah. She was asking about Goring Gap, but the only Goring Gap I'd heard of is...
Goring Gap down in near me.
Yeah.
Goring Gap, yes.
But there's apparently a Goring Gap here, created 10,000 years ago or something.
Oh gosh, know nothing about that.
Jennifer's friend was saying about that.
No,
I don't either.
Anyway, never mind the gap in Goring. There's a gap in my tummy, and we need to fill it.
Yes.
So we're going to go and have some lunch as the Canada geese fly into the distance. are back on the water.
We are. Well, not that the boat ever left the water.
No, but we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back up. Yeah. What he said.
We met a lovely couple called David and Karen on a boat in front of us when we parked up, and they said they're going to subscribe, so you better have done. We told them all about what we were doing, had a lovely conversation about boats. They had a boat on the Norfolk Broads, I think, or somewhere up there, or Suffolk way anyway, and they'd had their boat lifted out of water and on a low loader and then brought it down to the Thames. I think they'd been on holiday for a while. From the Ouse, yes. Oh yes, from the Ouse, not the Norfolk Broads. So it's close to the Norfolk Broads. And yeah, so they'd taken it out of the water and had it transported down to the Thames so they could have a holiday. I don't know how long they'd been, but probably at least for a couple.
Since mid-June, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right, from mid-June. So quite a long holiday. Been cruising around, probably both ends from Lechlade, I can never quite pronounce the name, down to the Thames, I think. Right through the Thames they were talking about. I don't know whether that was this trip or another trip, I don't remember.
But didn't have the courage to ask how much it cost them to get it out in the water.
Because when I said the Thames, I meant the Thames in London, the bit with London Bridge, that part of the Thames. But yeah, an expensive thing to take it out of the water and have it transported, I imagine.
Well, you know, I suppose that's why they've done it for the whole summer.
Yeah.
Make it worthwhile.
Yeah, you wouldn't do it for a week.
No.
So anyway, we've been recommended to, instead of staying in Goring, which we were tempted to do because we had a nice place, edge of the town, pubs, restaurants, all that kind of
And the
stuff.
other lovely couple were like, oh, you should.
Yeah, you should stay overnight. We'll lend you some covers to cover the windows and all this. But Ed got in touch and said, don't you dare stay at Goring without me. Go on to Pangbourne Meadow. And actually, as it's 2 in the afternoon, we thought, yeah, sod it. We haven't been on the river much today. So we're going to pootle down there, find some mooring, and we've got a chicken and lemon dish. The same dish we did for your parents a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, indeed.
So very much looking forward to that.
Ditto.
Ditto.
And dapto.
And all of that. Meanwhile, I've got my Special K preparation cream all over my butt cheeks, and it's working well. I think we found our mooring for the night. A nice straight bit in Pangbourne Meadow. At least I think it's Pangbourne Meadow. It's very difficult because it doesn't actually specifically say, but it's just above Pangbourne and it's meadow-like. And there's a lovely bit of mooring here. So I'm going to attempt to do this with the camera in my hand to show you the whole process. Going to be a bump. Not too much of a bump. Do we want these? There we go. Put those at the back, shall we?
Yeah.
So, looks like they've got some stakes, whether they're for signposts or not. Maybe we should just... Perfect. I think it's a sign, but there's nothing there. You want a rope?
Yeah.
And a mallet, please.
Oh yeah.
We have got this down to quite a fine art now. All that boating has come in useful on the old canals.
Don't know what I was meaning by hold steady, but gladly you did know what I meant.
I knew what you meant. I could see the bank approaching,
Coming
but
rather quickly.
It was actually only a tiny bump.
Yeah, but I was still worried about you going flying off and hitting the side of the bank.
No, I've just bashed my head
Yeah, but I didn't do that.
too many times to worry about falling overboard. There's a little lip when you go down through the door. I keep banging my head on it. Ed did warn us about it. Right, let's get the pins in. I'll stop filming and being a fool. Yes, I know, it's another cup of tea. Well, actually, it's coffee. But that's because I was thinking, how do the people who live on board canal boats or river boats or whatever and do a YouTube channel just keep finding things to talk about? Because we've flown the drone, we've pootled along. There's only so much, surely, footage of the banks and cows sort of munching at the side of the bank or coming down into the river, or other people on kayaks and paddleboards. We've seen a lot of paddleboarders, haven't we?
Yes.
But how do people who do a YouTube channel come up with content? Because here we are, what, 4 days in? And I keep thinking, I've filmed this, I've filmed that, I've filmed that, we've done the locks, we've done mooring. What else is there?
Yeah. And I've played my ukulele.
You played your ukulele, we had the drone.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, so I don't know how you do it, because you do it so well, and now that I'm thinking about it, I can't think. But anyway, we've got one long day ahead, and when we're going to turn around. I think this is probably the furthest south we're going, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then we're going to start heading back. We'll try and find a different mooring on the way back. And the plan is to get back by about 3ish in Abingdon, which we haven't had a look round in, but we probably won't have time because we've got to head back to your mum's to pick up your car.
Sadly, it's always the case, isn't it? There's never enough time.
But what we are doing is relaxing. I think we've both just got, we're not sleeping brilliantly for reasons that I can't remember if we explained. I've got my hives or whatever they are, the spots, and you're
I've got
feeling
my
a bit
tightening throat.
Yeah, so we haven't had a lot of sleep. So we are a bit working on fumes here. And we're just mellowing. And I keep forgetting to pick up the camera and actually do something. So I hope this has been full of content. I just keep thinking, oh, we're doing the same stuff. But you can let us know in the comments, can't you? And I know you will.
Don't tempt them. No, do. Just comment.
It's looking good. This is one of our signature dishes. We cooked it, if you remember, for Julia's parents, as we said a couple of months ago. Lemon chicken, and we thought we'd try it in the boat this evening. We've been eating very well. Actually, the boat is very well equipped. Unusually, It's got an electric stove. You would imagine it's got a gas stove, so we have to put a generator on when we use it, just so it doesn't deplete the batteries completely. But it all works very well, actually. We don't have to worry about changing gas cylinders or running out of gas or any of that. It's all done on the battery, as long as we switch over to the generator.
Yeah. But Ed was very good with his instruction, you know.
Yeah.
Our induction.
And there's all the buttons and dials and levers that we need to press. So it's
between the two of us, we put our heads together. And we
How did he do that again? Oh yeah, that's right. Piece of cake. So we've been dining here in this little area. We bring out the table.
We'll get the table out.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
So it's the drop leaf one, so everyone knows how these work. Nice and easy.
Very nice and easy. We can sit there, dine there, get rid of the table afterwards, and we read our books. There are some cards, so we could have a game of cards or something, which is nice. We haven't done that yet.
But we'll probably be reading the book again.
We'll be reading the book because we love it. And we've got this as our view. So we're going to carry on cooking. Thank you very much for watching this episode, and we're going to enjoy chicken dinner. We've got one more full day and then one half day, so we'll bring you that in due course. But until then,
have a good one.
Yeah, kettle's boiling. We better make the stock, haven't we?
Yep, run.
Bye.
Bye.